day. I'm like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So, man, that's
And here we
amazing to
are.
see that. Man, and that was what? That was 16, 17 years ago you brought this to me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And
Yes,
that's why I
ma'am.
say, I don't quit. I mean, like I done took some punches. All right, y'all, we live. Just jump in the convo. I
Yes, yes.
listen. I done took some punches dealing with my ministry. I done been
Oh,
a part of things where people they saw the anointing, the gift, and everything, and they say we gonna use it. And then as soon as I say, well, I need to, I need you to support me. I gotta get back out here on the street corners crusade.
yeah.
Boy,
Right, right, right.
them people they say find me. You can't find
That's right. That. Look,
what?
when you said the street
What?
corner, they're like, I'm not outside.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm busy. I got stuff to do. And then this is the crazy thing about being a woman pastor. You
Right.
know, the number of pastors that turned on me and said God ain't called her to do nothing and tell a whole congregation not to support me in nothing I do. That is
Right.
that look like I say that's the punch in the gut. You get what I'm
Wow.
saying? Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I had a pastor one time put my whole family out the church, wrote a letter to me telling me your services are no longer needed. This is God. This is supposed to be God's house, right? Your services are no longer needed. Put me out the church.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
And I'm sitting there looking at this letter. You know, in my head, I'm like, you can't really put me out the church because it ain't yours.
That's
But
right.
let's be real. If the church is yours, then you can.
That's
See,
right.
if it ain't and it's
Wow.
yours, then
Wow.
you can.
That and then that means
So
you out of order.
you are
You out of order if the
come on.
church is yours.
If
Because I
it's
don't
if
know.
it's yours.
I had a meeting. I wanted to set up a meeting with
Mm-hmm.
my pastor. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, and when I get ready to meet with him, he was like, let me see who office I can use. I'm like, what you mean? Let me see who office you can use. You don't have a He said, oh, I don't have an office in the church. And I was like, that threw me back. He said, I don't have an office in here, so it's not, he's like, I just, leader, I'm a leader. And he says, I don't. And then there was sometimes, we go through, I always been a favorite tithe giver, my wife and I. And, we had
Yeah.
fell back on some hard times, and I went to the church. You're supposed to go to the church. I went to him. He said, I don't run the finances. You need to talk to
Mm.
such and such brother, this brother. So I had to talk to three different brothers, and they all had, you see what I mean? They
Yeah.
were just members of the church. The
Yeah.
pastor had no control of the money. He didn't even have his own office in the church. I mean, I don't know if that was his saying, but I'm just saying to say that he was doing it the right way. You feel me? Like, okay,
Yeah.
this guy, he wasn't he wasn't like, I know a lot of churches, I ain't gonna lie, they partying in money. I
Yeah.
just I just see some things that go in the church, and I say, if I wasn't a strong man in faith and raised
Yeah.
up, and my mom being an evangelist, my dad being a pastor, and surrounded by genuine people that love God,
Yeah.
I would have been walked away from the church. I
Oh
would have
my
been walked
God.
away. I've seen some things that make you say, I understand why people don't believe in, call themselves, they don't want to believe in God. You believe in God, you just don't want to
Yeah.
admit because you hurt.
Yeah. Cause you hurt.
That's
Cause you
it.
hurt. Yeah. And you know what? I never really tell a lot of my story on
Yeah.
my journey. To the place that I am right now because it's a lot of I came up in church going Christ and there was a lot of things that in the church going Christ women couldn't do. They
That's right.
now women now watch this, catch this. While they tried to find, say for instance, a pastor moved on to another church. While
Hmm.
that pastor went and looked for, while they looked for a pastor to replace him, the
Hmm.
women prayed, opened up the doors, opened up the doors of the church, came in, prayed, kept the church going
Hmm.
till they sent a pastor.
Right.
But they never said a woman preach. They say she speak. Okay.
Wow.
Uh, it was she could be called a missionary, but she can't be called a preacher. She can be called, and she can be called a prophetess. She can be called an evangelist, but she can never be called a preacher. You can't. Don't tell her she preached, even though she preached. Preachers just making plain the word of God. I come out of that. I come to Houston. My mom joined the Holiness Church, right? Okay, in the Holiness Church, you couldn't get perms. You couldn't wear your sleeves. You got to be all down right down here. Your skirt got to be to the floor. You can't wear makeup. You're a Jezebel. You better not wear red. You're going to hell. All kinds of stuff. And then and the craziness with dealing with that. Then when I left my mom's house, joined the ministry, got saved beautifully, received the Holy Ghost, came back to share this good news with my mom. The pastor, now I had earrings on, everything. The pastor stood up, called me a Jezebel, talking I had a spirit of Jezebel on me. I'm full of zeal. I just got saved, and talked to me so bad. And I left that place. I went home and prayed. My mom, I said, "Mom, God, bring my mom out of that." Next couple of weeks, God revealed that whole church.
The whole thing.
The pastor, what he was doing, all this kind of stuff. And, God, it's just certain steps, things you go through with rejection.
Right.
Okay, now watch this. So, boom, rejected in that. Go marry somebody, join his mama's church. She put me and my kids out the church. Yeah. Right. Now I'm married to her son. Right. I'm an artist, so I done painted the church sign. I'm the armor bearer. Everything. You in there. Paint, decorate in there. Just faithful. Boom. They hit me with the pop gun. Because people were talking more about me than they were about them. So that's right. So they was like, so people was mad, like, what y'all putting her out for? That woman ain't did nothing to nobody. Oh, she thinks she all that. But the thing was, God had told me to start a crusade. Listen, the pastor's husband brought a TV on a Sunday morning, put a crusade out of Africa on the TV to show me what a crusade was, to try to say, you don't know. In other words, you don't know what you're doing. Went to extreme lengths to rip me apart. Right. That's crazy. Now, mind you, through all of this, I haven't even thought about why is this happening to me. I just kept moving. Right. But the one thing I always teach people, you have to deal with rejection. That's right. Because if you don't deal with rejection, and you keep going, rejection gonna deal with you.
That's right. Exactly.
And so I went through so much stuff, man. I started my podcast. I started building websites, all of this stuff. I started having church in my home, in my brother's home. I started having church because I just had to preach the gospel. God warned me through a dream. In the dream, I was going, I went to this warehouse, and then we're gonna get into our show, right? Okay. I went to this warehouse, right? And the guy in the warehouse was just passing out guns to everybody. Everybody was dressed in camouflage. I looked down, I was dressed in camouflage. So the guy in the building was passing out, artillery to everybody. Wow. And he told him, he said, I want you to go up. This is what he told him. Go upstairs, and I want y'all to bring down as many guns as you can. Nobody thinking about it, right? All they thinking about is the challenge, right? So that he give me a gun, right? I take off. I was like, oh man, it's easy. I can go over and get him a gun. We ain't even thought about the fact he gave you a gun, right? So in the dream, I'm going level to level to level, just picking up guns, right? Ain't paying no attention to nothing, not paying no attention to the darkness, not paying no attention to boots and clothes laying everywhere, going to the third level. At the third level, get to the third level, I'm starting to hear some stuff going on, some guns firing. I'm starting to hear just some chaos happening, right? Still ain't worried about it. I'm
Right.
still picking up guns. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Get to the top level, right?
Uh-huh.
And see this hammerhead type demon on the top
Oh,
level.
okay. Yeah. I see it. Yeah.
When he opened his mouth, all you see is pink and teeth. Demon,
Okay.
straight
Yeah.
demon.
Wow.
Everybody's shooting, hollering. This demon is just taking them out, right?
Wow. Wow.
So I close my eyes, I promise you, in this dream, and just get this shooting, right?
Yeah.
Come back, listen. Look, take off ready. Come back downstairs, got flesh from the demon all
Mhm.
over me.
Oh man.
Get back downstairs, but catch this. I'm the only one down there. I'm the only one
Whoa.
down there. The man looking at me like, how did you, out of
Yeah.
all these people I sent up here, how did you make it back down here?
Yeah. And you got
Okay,
this.
I'm looking at him like, I can't even answer him. I'm like, Lord, I thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord. Guess what?
Uh-huh.
Listen, when I'm waking up from the dream, I hear the voice of God saying, don't do people like people have done you.
Oh,
Because
wow.
next time you come in contact with this spirit, and if you don't open your eyes and deal with it, I'm gonna take you out like the rest of them were taken out. And
Really?
I was after that.
Whoa.
See, because I'm gonna tell you, some people will send you into places that they don't have the courage to go into.
They own
and
self.
the Lord let me know they own self. But this is the revelation. God let me know. He said, but that's okay as long as I'm with you. You get what I'm saying? Long as you ain't on your own agenda. It's a lot of people start ministry churches and they have no idea what this is really about. And they on their own agenda. You can't handle this stuff in your flesh, man. You need God. If you're gonna reach the heights that He give you, if you're gonna achieve the dreams that He gives you, the visions that He gives you, you need to. He got to be with you. He got to be with you.
Yes.
You know, in all of it.
I agree. You can't do it on your own. You can't do it on your own.
No, you can't.
and I understand what you're saying. I've been there. I've been to the where I was at, at a church, and she said she was, our pastor, she was leaving, going out of town. Her and the few guests at the church, and they left, and so they wanted us to preach a sermon. The people that have been there and preach a sermon. So I prepared that whole week. I prepared, studied, and said, Lord, what you want me to preach about? And I did my sermon. And the congregation spoke so highly of my message, right? And told her and him. And guess what? It was like no more support after that. And I was everything in the church. You feel me? I was like, whatever needed to be done, I was boots down. You feel me? And but and I understand where you're coming from that. I was like, man, if it was up to me, and I really didn't have the love of God and wanted to, and just have faith, man, I would have been walked away from the church and just be like, you know what? Forget just churches. Every churches are fake. Because that's what I've been going through all my life, going to churches, but it wasn't real. And but now I'm at a church where, God has shown me, what I'm saying, get to know the people, get to know their hearts, get to know the spirit. And so I had to start evaluating myself and say, okay, Lord, let me get to know you. Let me draw myself closer to you.
Come on.
You're going to show me what's real, what's fake, what's genuine, what's not genuine. And when I begin to draw myself closer to God, I could pick them like this here, like, oh, they're not good. They're not good.
Yeah, the discernment was working overtime.
Yeah, I know that spirit. Yes. No matter where I go, I'm like, oh, they talk about God. And one thing I know about people that's been in the church and they know God, they love God, you'll start a scripture and they'll finish it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to hear God walk through the valley, and they'll say, oh, yeah, through the shadow of death,
I would feel no evil.
That's it,
But thou art with me. Come on.
Myself and thou rod, they'll just be going. You be like, okay, I know you read your Bible. I know you
Yeah.
know the word. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about on that level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I know you. I I used to hear the struggle in your voice. I
My
just want to
God.
know, man. I just want you to know, Queenie. Girl, look. I said, tell your brother. I said, man, your sister is powerful, bro. I said, your sister is powerful. Y'all don't understand it. We don't all understand it because we doing something different. We in the
Yeah.
world. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
We in the
Yeah.
world and she doing the right thing and we doing the wrong thing. We think we're trying to live the dream. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
She is focused and ain't nobody budging her. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just want to commend you for that. I just want to commend you for that, for just
Amen.
sticking to what God gave you. You see what I mean?
Amen.
You know,
Amen. Yeah, that's another reason why I wanted to get you on the show because it's a lot of people like we talk about our storms, we talk about our trials and our rejections, and we talk about how God kept us even when we don't realize He was keeping us. He kept us. I want people to understand that if God give you a vision, it's gonna be fulfilled, but it's something you have to do,
yeah,
to get
right.
that thing going. That's why we're gonna talk about entrepreneurship today. We're gonna
Okay.
talk about what do you do when you, or what's the next step after you have that dream, after God give you that vision, or like me and
Hmm.
you've been through it
Right.
where you sitting there and gotta drop a answer,
That's right.
he'll
Right.
drop something to you, and you and then he'll see my mind work when he drop it. He showed me exactly how to do it, and I had to do
Mhm.
it exactly the way he tell me to do it in order for it to go right.
That's right.
So
That's right.
let's start with that. Dreams,
Mm-hmm.
visions. What's the
Hmm.
next step?
Action.
Action.
Dreams, vision, and action, baby. You feel
And
me?
action. And
And,
action.
and
Glory
action.
to God.
You know. Um. So I know when God gave me a lot of dreams,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot of things that I've done, people thought I was crazy. When God would give me
Yeah.
dreams about things, um, and I would tell them. Sometimes you can't tell your dreams to everybody. They don't understand it. You sound crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know the difference between a dream versus a vision,
Come
right?
on.
I'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that wasn't no dream, that was a vision, right?
Yeah.
Because it feel like
Yeah.
I was actually doing it.
That.
I had control, right?
Yeah.
In my
Yeah.
vision, I saw the people clear as daylight. I knew who was gonna be there. I knew who's not supposed to be there. It was as if I can feel it, right? It's like,
Right.
but I know I'm asleep. You see what I mean? I know I'm
Uh
asleep,
huh.
but I can feel, I can smell, I can taste, I can feel
Exactly.
everything going on, even though my body is in the bed and I'm laying down. I'm like, okay, that was a vision. I wake up when I know it's a vision. I wake up looking for everything that I did while I was asleep. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, where's
Right.
my? I knew I had a pad right here. I wrote down this, what I had going on.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking for this, not there. A dream.
Wow.
I wake up and I'm like, man, that dream is all over the place. This here was going on, that was going on. You know, my dreams be all over the place, and I'm like, man, what was that about? But
Wow.
my visions, I don't have to question it. It was
Yeah.
straightforward. This is God's like, this is what I want you to do, and so that's what I did. You see what I mean? And
Right.
everything that I did that God showed me, uh, I wake up and I jump into action with it, and it always works. It never fails. It never
Wow.
fails. Yes.
Wow.
Now, even with when I was on the road with your brother,
Mm-hmm.
and I was chasing that dream of entertainment, and I said, and God showed me, He's like, that ain't what I want you to do no more right now at this time. Put it down. Put it down. And I just left everybody. I just dropped the ball. And people didn't hear from me for 10 years, 12 years. I was just down.
Wow.
And it's like, man, what happened to Hitman? I just left. I ain't tell nobody I was leaving. Not that I hated anybody, but God showed me, He told me, He said, that's what I want you to do. Sit back. So I
Yeah.
sat back And prior to that, God told me, he said, I want you to make a video game. I'm like, Lord, I'm gonna do a video game. Nobody knows nothing about it. I'm a little black kid from the projects. What all you do is play video games, but how am I create a video game? And
Right.
God said, I'm gonna show you. And so I began to do that. God gave me the vision to do it. So I started
Mm.
doing it. So I told everybody, I said, man, I'm doing a video game, and everybody thought I was crazy. And they was like, man, you crazy. Don't nobody play video games now. You got that remind you that the internet wasn't out then. The computers wasn't strong enough to handle video games. And so I just went with it. I just started
Yeah.
creating it. And all I had is a vision that God gave me. And I created the album, the cover for the video game to make it look like, it was a video game.
Right.
And I started talking to people. I started working. I started putting my money into this. And I'm like, Lord, this not working. You told me, though. The truth told me. I know you gave me this vision.
Right.
So I kept just teaching myself how to code and talking to different people. Hey, man, you want to be on my video game? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Do the game, this and that. And they just brushing me off. And I'm like, man, okay, now I'm looking stupid, God. You got me looking stupid. So I sat back away from doing it. They gave it up and tried to get back into music again. That wasn't what I'm like, okay, it doesn't feel right. It's not genuine. I left it alone again. I
Yeah.
just dabbed in it. I probably dabbed in it for like a couple of months. I'm like, no, this ain't what God wanted me to do. And so about 3 years ago, 2017, uh, what, 18. Yeah, just 2018, God said, hey, I want you to jump back into the video game. I told you to do it. And at this time, we was living in a hotel. That was during that time. Uh, we left our home, and I told my wife, I said, we need to back up. God want us to back up and regroup. And I told my kids, I said, we was moving to the hotel. We moved out of 4-bedroom home, you know what I'm saying? And didn't need
Right.
to, but that was a choice that God told you. So now I'm looking crazy to my family. But during that time, we outgrew, right? And we drew so close to God and faith and as a family, as one unit, right? Now nobody
Wow.
can go. My kids can't go into their room and close the door and separate themselves from us because everything is in the open. So it's like we was
Yeah.
transparent to each and every one of us. You see what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
and God just began to show us dreams, show us vision, gives me vision. I created in that hotel room. I created 7 businesses in that hotel room.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something. If anyone is listening out there, the place that God have you, if you feel like you're struggling right now, embrace that, right? Embrace that struggle. Talk to God because He's got you in
Come
that
on.
place. He got you in that place for a reason. You see what I mean?
Yes. That's right.
Some of the strictest places that we're in that we feel like I'm doing so bad. Oh Lord, I ain't got no money. Draw closer to Him. Get on your knees. Get in a quiet place. That's what I have to do. I couldn't. Sometimes I couldn't do it in the hotel room. I go into the bathroom and I just sit in there for hours and I just talk to God and I just meditate. Or I go sit in the car and I meditate and
Yeah.
God give me all this. I'm gonna tell you something. My rich symbol, God gave it to me. I was sitting at my desk one day and God said, draw the symbol. So it's 3
Mm-hmm.
triangles. It's sort of like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you can see that, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Okay. It was just that part right there. The rich,
Uh-huh.
right? The 3 triangles with the
Right.
circle in the middle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that logo. And God, I was just drawing it. And everybody got scared. Oh, that's the Illuminati. I said, what? What you talking about? What's the Illuminati? Right? Then I'm like, what are you talking about? It's the Illuminati. I'm like, how's that the Illuminati? They don't own it. I said, God showed me that, right?
Right.
And so the triangles. So the triangle you have 3 triangles. You got each corner represents past, present, future, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right?
Yeah. Right.
Spirit, mind, and body.
Right.
And God is the center. So you have the circle, the center.
Yeah.
And that's what equals rich. It's not about
Yeah.
money, right?
Come on
So
now.
and people look at it and they say, "Oh, that's money. I like that." No, you getting it all twisted. But
Yeah.
anyway, I showed them. I showed that symbol to a few people. I'm gonna tell you how powerful God is. I had no money that day. I'm like, Lord, I have to, we gotta get something to eat. I need gas for the rest of the week. I need this here. I came home with $2,000 cash in my pocket, just all by drawing that logo, this logo. People said, I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make some water. It's gonna be called Rich Water, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
drew the logo, and people say, here, people just giving me hundreds of dollars. I want to invest. I said, wait a minute, I don't even know where I'm gonna get the water from. That's why I told them, I said, I don't even know where I'm gonna get the water from. And you invested already. They say, yeah, because that logo is powerful. They say, hey, now
Oh,
you need to make clothes. So that's how I knew it was God that was telling me to do what I do. But I did that in that hotel room, didn't know where to go with my family. I knew I was supposed to be there, but I'm like, Lord, this is tough. Barely
right.
feeding the family, barely getting to work. My
Right.
health, my health was dwindling. Right, I was going through real health problems. You see what I mean? I was on
Yeah.
high blood pressure medicine. My sugar was all over the place, and it was a time. And when I began to embrace God while I was there, I had my coffee. I created my video game there. I created
Wow.
I created so many companies while I was there, and God began to move in my life because I got in that quiet place. I got in that quiet place, and He just began to grow me and my family. We began to grow, and that's when He says, "Okay, now it's time to go." When it was time to go, He moved us out of that place, moved into another home, right? And I stopped chasing those dreams, right? The music,
Right.
I stopped chasing it. I said, Lord, what do
Wow.
you want me to do? I prayed what they call the dangerous prayer, right? And the dangerous prayer is, Lord, what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? Oh my God.
And that was
Oh my
dangerous.
Lord.
You think I wasn't scared to say that? But I said, Lord, I'm stepping out on faith. What do you want me to do?
You want me to do?
Use me, Lord. Where do you want me to go? And you got to understand, I thought I was thinking about Jonah, right?
Right.
He was in a, Jonah was going the opposite way. But the whale took
Yes.
me back the way he did. You feel me? I'm running the
Yeah.
opposite way. I'm saying,
Yeah.
Lord, what do you want me to do? But I don't really want to. I'm thinking of all the possibilities that you can have me go.
Yeah.
But I got to have faith in you. You see what I mean?
Yeah. And I would say, are you ready? But you really can't get ready
You can't.
when you ask about that. You can't get ready because, my God.
Yeah. And so uh, when I prayed that prayer, and I sat back when I prayed that prayer, and I said, I'm not gonna worry about that. And I'm at my job one day. I said, Lord, this ain't what you have for me. I went to my supervisor. They they gave me a raise. At this time, I'm just rebellious at the job. I'm trying to get them to fire me.
Oh
I
my
lasted.
God.
I'm telling you, they had 14 layoffs. Not one time did I ever everybody say the position that you're in. That's the position that's the first position they let people go in.
Wow.
I'm the first person that they never let go during them layoffs. So
Yeah.
I was there and I was just trying to get away. And I was like, Lord, where you want me? And God said, yeah, just you right where I need you. And that's when I realized He said, stay here. This is where you're gonna be at. And after that, like just last year, like right before Christmas, God said, don't go back, don't when you on Christmas break, don't come back to this job. I know I was going
Mm.
there. But God said, I need you to step out on faith with what I told you to do. And that was a video game. So when I started putting the video game out, everybody just went crazy. It just went viral. The same people that I reached out to, they didn't even, during the video game, they didn't even reach out to me. They didn't respond to me. And
Wow.
I sent a message to Isaiah Carey. I sent a message to Lil Flip. The people that I was
Mm.
going to engage with it on 97.9 The Box with Mad Hatter, because I knew these people. I thought I knew these people. And I'm like, yeah, they're gonna jump on this. That was 6 months before. Nobody responded. It started going viral. The same people that God told me to reach out to, right? Guess what happened? They started reaching out to me. The people that wouldn't let me on the TV show, guess what? God used that one person to put me in those positions. Like they didn't want to say my name. And God put me in that position to where he got on there and he said my name. You see what I mean? When people try to block, I showed Isaiah Carey. I said, look here, I reached out to you. I showed him on there. I said, I reached out to you on in May of last year about this. He said, really? I say, and now I'm on your show talking on your show. I said, he said, what? I missed out on this here a year? A year ago, I could have been the first one. I said, yeah, I reached out to you first.
Yep.
You know, and, but God, that's what I'm saying. That's how powerful it is being in that place where you think God gave, he don't hear you, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, we not listening. God is there
not
the whole time. We not listening. We're not in tune. And we're not studying. We're not in his word. But most importantly, we don't have faith. Like you say, we do. And if you have faith, can nobody shake it. I don't care who they are, not your wife, not your kids, not your pastor, nobody. We got to know God for ourselves. And when I begin to do that, that's when my life began to change. Then off of that, let me show you. Because God told me about the video game, because I was obedient, that game opened up many more doors, right? Wow. And some people say, hey, what about the video game? Now, God has put me on a path where I'm not even worried about the game now. I'm like, oh, this is it. The game is big. This is the game that, everybody gonna love this. I wish they did. But that ain't the biggest thing that God brought for me.
Come on.
I had turned down 3 deals with the game so far. Like one for 25 million, 2 of them for 25 million, 27 million that they wanted to buy the game from me. And I turned it down. I met some young men and I said, hey man, we want to meet with you. Right? And I'm like, yeah, I got this game going on. And they was just pursuing me for like 7 months, 6 or 7 months. And I'm like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. After the holidays, they say, hey, Tony, man, we really want to come out to the office, come down. So I went out of town. I drove and went and met them at the office. They sat me down. I said, this is what we can do. We're a major network, and we need somebody as your caliber. And I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about network TV, And here it is now. All the dreams that I've been chasing, now I'm the person that people are chasing. The tables have returned. Now I'm the person sitting at the table to give people major network deals, and I can help them with their dreams. If you want a record deal, I'm the person to come to, right? Because I talk to all the majors. God put me in a partnership where I'm partnership with the people with Roku that own Roku, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Warner Brothers, Paramount, ABC. I talk to these people direct, so in a sense. So, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was trying to get a deal with these people. now I'm at the table where I'm bringing people in to have their own deal. You see what I mean? So if I wouldn't have been obedient off of that little video game that the God gave me the vision, 20-something, almost 20 years ago. You see what I mean? But this day that happened right here, just think about it. I still be wondering in the space where I need to be. And then my finances, another thing, I know you want to talk about finance. I don't know if you want to jump into that segment.
We can jump in, but before we do, I just want to that statement you made, that dangerous statement, which a lot of people don't understand, that you're going to get to a point to where you're going to be forced sometimes to make that dangerous statement, because God builds up, especially when we don't realize that God made us for a purpose. He made us for a purpose. So you eventually, if you keep starving it, it's gonna start talking. It's gonna start talking. And that's why that dangerous question comes up, because you're gonna start listen. Like you said, you were sitting there, you say, and a lot of people need to, that's why I'm bringing this up. You were feeling like a fool. You were feeling like, and a lot of people are right now in that place where they're saying, I've been at this for years. I gave up this. I gave up that. Just like he told Job, where were you when I put the stars in the sky? You know what I'm saying? And Job, it was like everything Job had was slipping through his fingers. And his friends, including his wife, was saying, you crazy.
Wow.
Come on. And I mean, everybody. Because, see, we got to understand that it's when a time in my life when I had lost everything. Husband died, lost my house, vehicles was gone, everything was happening. And I prayed. I got in my living room and I prayed. I laid out. I was crying. Kids was asleep because, I didn't want the kids to see it. I was scared. So I laid out on the floor and had the nerve to get to crying. Just slobbing, Lord Jesus, what is happening, Father God? Oh my Lord, all my little strong black woman was all out the door. Mama got it. Oh, just a slobbing mess. And watch this. I'm gonna tell you, I always say God hit me with the pop gun. This is what it said to me. He said I had to remove all that stuff so you could see me again.
Woo.
He said I had to remove that so you could see me again. I had to remove it so that you could see. He said, and once all the clutter was clear, he said, look at where you're at.
That's right.
You back in conversation with me. See, some of us weren't made to work a job. Oh, I'm gonna have to say it again. Some of us, see, I was rolling in the car headed to this talk with you, and then the Lord was telling me, he said, I made leaders. He said, I made leaders, and somewhere in there, you lost track of what you were supposed to be doing because you started conforming to what you see on TV. You start conforming to so you could be accepted. I don't need you to be accepted. I need you to lead.
Wow, that's powerful.
I don't need you to fit in. I need you to set a standard. I don't need you to. He said some people are followers.
That's right.
But I need for my leaders to get in line so that the followers I made can follow.
That's right. Right.
So when you are a leader, you gonna ask that dangerous question.
That's right. Yeah. Wow.
Because you hunger and you thirst after. Come on. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hunger and thirst. We say righteousness, but what is the righteousness? That rightful position that you're supposed to be walking in your life.
That's right. That's righteous. Right. Exactly. Man.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm listening, man. I'm learning today. If I don't know, I know.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you why people are so scared of you. Let me tell you something.
Whoa. Say that again.
I'm gonna tell you why people are so scared of you. See, we think that people don't want to support us. It's not that. I'm scared of you. People put me out of churches because they're scared of the anointing on my life. People put you out of places. Come on, you preach the word. Oh, we gotta get rid of him. I gotta get rid of him. It ain't that they don't like you. It's just that they're scared of what's on you because they know that they can't control that. You get what I'm saying? They know. You get what I'm saying? I can't mold that. I can't fix that. I can use it for a little while, but in a minute, come on.
I gotta get rid of it.
I gotta get rid of it.
Wow.
I gotta get rid of it. I gotta get rid of it. And when I got up out that floor, I used to cry. Why my family don't support me? I got brothers that got studios, they got connections, and God told me, he said, and I called, come help me set up my studio. Now I got one brother that'll come and help me set up anything, but he's a workaholic, so he can't. But and God had to tell me, he said, because everything in your life I need to get the glory for. Come on.
That's right.
He said, if I brought your family in, if I brought this person in, they gonna want my glory. I don't need them to get glory. He said,
Wow.
I want my glory and I won't share with nobody. And what I put in you, what I placed in you, I'm going to get the glory for it.
That's right. Amen. Listen, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. Look, I'm gonna tell you why. I have people call me from Silicon Valley,
Huh.
right? They asked me, they said, he says, the guy said, I graduated from Harvard University. I said, okay. He said, where did you graduate from? I said, University of Brown University. He said, I know what that said. I said, yeah, in my house, on the side of my field. And my last name is Brown. So I
Yes.
said, Brown University. I said, I didn't go to school for it. I said, God gave me this gift. There was a
Wow.
vision God gave me. He said, you mean to tell me you didn't go to school for game design? I said, no, I did not. He said, well, who did the characters? Who did the coding? I said, I did everything from ground up. He said, how long did it take you to develop that? I said, approximately a year. He said, it's impossible. He said, you can't tell me you invented, you created that game and designed that game in less than a year with all those characters and everything's working and you released it. How did you get on those platforms? I say, I guess ambition and God is them two together is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
You can't stop it. I say, don't ask me how, but I said, I did it. He said, so he just couldn't wrap his head around it. He said, dude, he said, take a team at least 100 people to do what you did in that little time. He said, in games like that, take 3 to 5 years to develop with a team that big. I said, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I did this night and day. I was on a mission. God told me to do it, and God gave me the energy. He gave me the know-how, and I saw it. He said, so where are your notes? I said, I don't have notes. He said, wait a minute, you don't have no notes, you don't have no drawing, you don't have no paper. I said, no. I did everything freestyle. It's all in my head. Like somebody, like if a major company come up and say, hey, I need all your notes, all your drawings.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I have nothing. All I have is the game. All I have is the finished product. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have to go back and lie and act like I created it. I have to reverse everything. You see what I mean? Because I have nothing. I would just go. It was coming so fast. I just had to. And some people that I would pay them to help me, and they couldn't help me. One guy told me, he said, I'm sending my money back to you. Who told you this information? Right? You're not even supposed to know this type of information. Sent it back. Sent me my money back. I sent him. I was doing something for me, and he charged me $1,000. I sent him $1,000. He said, I don't want to help you, and send it back to me. God would not allow nobody to help me. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't. No.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna tell you something. I told people that got great gifts. I said, all I need you to do is to promote it. If you promote it, I'm willing to give you 10%, 40%, 50%. Because, and guess what? For some reason, they couldn't help me. God wouldn't allow them to help me. And I said, wait a minute, I came to you first. And then after they start lunch, I'm telling you, they start saying, hey man, I apologize and this and that. I said, man, where do you need me at? I don't need you. Now, everything is done. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not being mean, but God did it on purpose because he wanted all the glory. You see what I mean?
All the glory.
He wanted all the glory. And when I tried to look and say who helped me, and some people, in my mind, I'm like, man, this sounds so selfish, and say, man, who helped me? Nobody gave me the funds. I tried to get people to say, hey, just give me $5,000 and you have half of the company. $5,000. And they wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? They act like, and right to this day, I thank God that they didn't have nothing to do with it. I'm so grateful that I went through all of that myself. And that's what set me at the table with major people now, billionaires. That's just like, hey, Tony, come visit with me. You're a very special person. You know, I hear people say that all the time. And now God have me at a place where he's growing me where people that are not quote unquote afraid of me And I had one guy that told me that. He told me straight up, and that was powerful. When you said that they're afraid of you, you know what he told me? He says, I want to give you. I was looking for some investors, and he said, man, I have like I can give you two up to 250,000 to start off with, and if this go well, then you know what I'm saying I give you 1 million. I said cool, and we started talking. You know what he said? After like 20 minutes of talking with me, sitting down, and we going through the plan, and he just got quiet on me. And he said, I can't. He said, you know too much. He said, he said, you're too powerful. I can't do business with you. And he didn't invest in me. That happened to me so many times. And and guess what? I wasn't mad at him. I just like,
Come
oh yeah.
on.
I said, okay, it is what it is. I appreciate
Yeah.
the time, and, you know. And he ended up giving me, giving me a couple of hundred for sitting there talking to him. He gave me a couple of hundred. He said, man, I'm sorry I wasted your time. And he really
Yeah.
wanted to do business with me. I knew since he had to check in it, he had to check in his hand, and he gave it to me. I had to check, and then he took it back out of my hand. He said,
Wow.
I can't do it. And so it's like I never did understand that for years. But guess what? I understand it. And when you said that, that brought that back. Like God wants all the glory. Everything that
All the
He
glory.
gave me, I can't look back and say, "Oh, Mama helped me with that. Oh, my wife helped me with that. My kids helped me with that." No, God wants all the glory. When I look back, all I can do is say, "God, that's it." People looking for me to say something else, but I can't say nothing else. God did it. I didn't do it. He showed me. He gave me the vision, and He moved my hands. He taught me code. He taught me this. He taught me programs. I learned programs within a month that it take people years to learn. God taught me
Mm.
how to use these programs within a month. Coding, like within a couple of months, where it takes. Right now at my caliber, within a year, they said I have I have a doctrine in what I do. You see what I mean? If I was in college,
Yeah.
I can teach. So which brings me to something else. Because of this here and what I did, now I'm Spring ISD. I'm over the
Hmm.
TEC, meaning the electronic department, right? I'm a chairman there. Now you talking about a guy that never graduated from high school. I got a GED. Like, how do
Wow.
I become the head, the chairman over the technology department? So,
Oh,
and I'm telling them what the schools need.
yeah.
Now HSD want to talk to me about um, being over their technology department. Grant, I'm gonna tell you something. I just had to sign off a GED now, mind you, with no education, no college education, went through high school, that's it. But now they sent me a letter saying that this is what we need. I told them, I said, this is what we need, da da da. They did the grant. If that grant would not go through unless I had my signature on there. And these are people that have PhDs, they have masters in this field. And they said, man, we need you to sign off, else we can't get this grant for these schools, for these kids. I'm saying, what? I'm talking about a $15 million grant just because I signed off a black child with a GED from third world CUNY homes, right?
Come on.
Do you see what I mean? God will put you in
Come
those
on.
places and you listen and pay attention. Because I did this, people say it's a video game. No, it's more than a video game. This video game, because I was obedient to God, has opened up so many doors that I said I'll never be able to walk through. I was in, I was on lock and missed my graduation. I was in jail, and um, because of that, just ruined my life. I was on major newspapers. Uh, I used to be a bad actor. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I used to be a bad
Yeah.
actor where people scratched my life off. The devil tried to take my life plenty of times.
Mm.
Plenty of times. I'm talking about whether it was being locked up for the rest of my life. I had people shoot at me. I had people set me up to be killed. I had one guy tell my brother, he didn't know that was my brother. He said, I'm gonna catch him slipping. I'm gonna murder him. Told my brother
Wow.
standing right there, he didn't know that was my brother. He was talking about me. So people had hits on my life. This is what I've been knowing. You know what I said? I've been knowing, but God said, you move in my protection. It
Wow.
said, it said, touch not what? My anointed.
Anointed.
Don't do it. And
Come on.
your world will come crumbling down. You
Down.
understand?
Yes, it will.
So, and that's people that have tried to do that to me, and then I found out, and next thing I know, people say, "Man, you hear such and such died," and I say, "Wow." They said, "Man, he died," and a real some people the same way that they was talking plotting on murdering me. That's how they got murdered.
Wow.
Yeah, I plenty of them. I heard the stories, and it's I'm not saying but God have a protection on my life, and I know that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that I just want to share that with you because I was obedient with this game. It opened those doors, and that's by me praying that dangerous prayer. Lord, what do you want me to do? And that's where it
What do
started.
you want me to do?
What do you
My
want me to
God.
do? Right.
We got, listen, it's so good to my spirit. We're going to do a part 3. We got 10
Okay.
minutes left in this thing.
Oh
What I
wow.
want you to do, sum us up. Sum us up, because first of all, I need for people to be able to contact you. Let's
Okay.
get that in. Let's get
Okay.
that in first, because there's some people that need a person that they can talk to, that
Okay.
will help them understand, like we said, dreams, vision, then action.
There you go.
Dreams, vision, then actions.
That's right.
If God, always, this is how I raise my kids. If God said it, it's gonna happen.
That's
Period.
right.
It's
Period.
gonna
Point blank.
happen. Period. Point blank. So
That's right.
it's a lot of us that need to be delivered from that thing called fear.
There you go.
That's not real. That's not real anyway.
Mm-mm.
Uh, but they do need somebody to help walk them through it.
That's
Okay,
right.
so share with us some information on how people listening can get in contact with you if they are interested in going forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, you can contact me on Facebook as at Ditonion Bernard. That's Diton space Bernard Bernard. You could DM me or message me there. You can also contact me at 832 304 1835. And if you want to contact me on Instagram, it's at Tony Hitman. TonyHitmann. Again, that's TonyHitmann. That's on Instagram. Or either, I'll be honest with you, you could Google my name and it'll show you everything that I'm involved in. If you type in my name, Tony Hitman, on Google, and you'll be able to contact me. Uh, but those are 3 ways that I usually talk to people. Uh, DM me, message me, and that's it. Yeah. So,
Okay. Our next show for all our viewers, my co-host. Our next show is going to be about finance. It's going to and let me tell y'all something. This is a man that has biblical principles as a foundation for his life. This is not a joke. This is not a get rich quick type situation. That's not what it is. We're telling you the real,
yes,
and when God give it, he add no sorrow with it. So our next show we're going to be doing together. I just gave him a 3rd show.
yeah. Hey, I'm ready.
Hey,
Let's do it.
and cause he loved me, my brother loved me, so we're gonna be
Hey,
on here.
I gotta do it. I gotta do
We're
it.
gonna be
I'm
on
gonna
here,
do it.
and we're gonna be talking about finance, because I find out in our community that's one thing that we have no idea. Come on, it's
That's
that's
right.
wrecking us. It's wrecking us. It's wrecking us. You hear what I'm saying? So we're gonna be talking about finance. Make sure you keep your eyes on my page, Queeny
Yeah.
Daniels, and on all 15 billion of my pages, My Gospel Soul Magazine, My Gospel Soul Radio, 219 to Talk. Matter of fact, 219 to Talk comes on tonight. It's real talk.
Oh,
It's for the grown people. Not
yeah.
saying we're going to be talking about nothing filthy. We're going to
Mm.
be talking about Trump. We're going to be talking about
Oh,
Corona. We're going to be talking
oh,
about everything and the way it really go, okay? Ain't no
oh
sugar
man.
nothing on there. So make sure you
Ooh,
tune in tonight at 347-826-9424. Hitman, I love you. Thank you.
love you. Thank you
Being
so much
alone.
for having me. Thank you so much for having me. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Queeny, thank you, dear. I
Love
appreciate it.
y'all.
Love
Make
you
sure
too.
y'all share this show, okay? It's posted on all the pages. Keep resharing, start watch parties. Let's get this information out there. I love y'all. Thank you
Love
for
you too.
tuning in.
Bye bye.